A husband thought he got away with murder after killing his wife deep in the woods, but he forgot one crucial detail. The ankle monitor was tracking his every move. This video reveals the full high-stakes interrogation, from his early denials to the chilling moment of confession. A marriage of secrets, years of pent-up rage, and a brutal decision that shocked America. If you're into heart-pounding true crime stories, hit subscribe now to unlock exclusive videos just for our followers.
Sit back there in that chair back there. Yes, sir. Good job. Good fitting. My name's Felipe Gonzalez. How's it going? Good. Oh, good. All right. All right, Armando. So I think you understand why you're here. Is that you know why you're here?
Yes.
So tell me what you think you're here for.
Well, the state police called me today around 1 or 2.
Okay.
You know, and I guess they put out a missing report on my wife.
Okay.
That she can't be found.
Okay. So what can you tell me about that?
The last time I had seen her was on Tuesday.
On Tuesday?
Yeah, I was going to work, and then on Tuesday I was going to work in the morning, and I went to my grandma's, and it started raining, so I called my boss, and so it started raining maybe around 8 or something like that. So I didn't go to work, so I stayed over there at my grandma's for a little bit.
Okay. And then, so your wife was with you?
No.
Okay.
I had dropped her off.
Where did you drop her off at?
At her house.
Okay. Do you know the address there at her house?
I think it's Arenas Valley.
Okay.
Rain fell that morning, but a storm was already brewing inside Armando. He stayed at his grandmother's house, skipping work, a detail that would later raise red flags for investigators.
Space C2. Arenas Valley.
So what, you dropped her off Tuesday morning, what time?
Around 7. What was it?
The recorder. Everything's being recorded in here, bro.
Huh?
Everything's being recorded. It's the recorder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tuesday, you said at what time?
Around 7.
Around 7, okay. And before we get any further, I didn't explain, so, this is voluntary, you don't have to talk to us if you want to, but, we're trying to gather information so we can figure out the location of your wife.
Yeah.
But if at any time you don't want to talk to me, you just gotta tell us, okay? And this is just simply closed for privacy, because there's guys and stuff working in the office, so.
And you're going to be going home.
You
You came in your vehicle, you're going home in your vehicle, bro.
correct.
Yeah.
So we're not going to, we just want to get a statement from you to try to help find, hopefully you can tell us something that's going to help us find her. So
Yeah.
that's all.
Well, she was kind of upset. She's always been a drug addict, and she told me that she wanted to go on a drug run.
When did she tell you this?
I was Monday
Monday?
and Tuesday. She was talking about that. She had showed me pictures on her cell phone of, big old shards like that.
Okay.
And I told her, I'm on probation, I can't be around that stuff, and, she hangs around like gangsters and just bad people, thieves and stuff like that. And I told her I can't be around people like that, and anyways, we kind of were on the road to get a
We're
divorce.
just going to back up a little bit. So Tuesday at 7, you said you dropped her off at her house. You went to your grandma's.
Yeah.
It was raining, so you called into work. So you didn't go to work on Tuesday.
Well, I was going to go to work, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when I had got to Central, it started raining. So I called my boss and I told him, well, it's raining over here in Central. He's all, well, it's not raining over here. He says, give me a call like in 30 minutes, an hour or something. So I called him within that time. By that time, it was raining. So,
Okay.
anyways, I had went after my grandma's. I had went to her house. I knocked on the door, and there was no answer.
What time was that at?
I don't know, probably like 3 or something, 3:30.
Okay.
Armando calmly described their weekend, from a birthday to a firewood trip. But his smooth recollection felt rehearsed. Had he crafted this story in advance to cover his tracks?
And there was no answer at her trailer.
At her trailer, no.
Okay. So let's go back one more day. So what about Monday? What did you guys do on Monday?
Well, I went to work on Monday.
On Monday you went to work.
Yeah.
And what kind of work do you do?
I do landscaping.
Oh, okay. And what hours did you work on Monday?
On Monday? I'm not too sure. I think it might have been 8 to about 2 o'clock.
Okay. And where was your wife?
She was there at the house.
At yours or?
At mine.
At yours.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sunday, anything happened on Sunday?
On Sunday, we went to go and cut wood.
Okay.
And we got there around, maybe around like 12:30.
Okay.
And it started to rain, so we had to come back.
Where did you guys go to cut wood at?
At, over there in Mimbres,
Okay.
at North Star.
At North Star.
That's what it's called.
Okay. So you got up there, you said about 12:30 it started.
It started to rain on us, so
Didn't get anything.
yeah.
Did you go, so you didn't go back to cut wood. Did you go on Saturday to cut some wood up there?
Saturday? I think so.
Okay. You just don't
Oh
remember?
no, you know what? On Saturday, no. Well, you know what we did? Actually, it was her birthday.
Saturday was her birthday.
Yes,
Okay.
on Saturday we went to go cut wood and we came back home.
So Sunday, cut wood, came home. She stayed over at your house. And then Monday you went up and went to work and she stayed there at your house, right? And did she stay
And
Monday
in the
night?
morning,
Did she stay Monday night at your house
Yeah.
as well? Okay.
and then like I said in the morning, because I was gonna go to work, I took her home, and then there was no work because it started to rain around, I don't know.
On Monday or on
Tuesday.
Tuesday? Okay.
So 7 in the morning though.
Yes. And then, like I said, after that, because I stayed at my grandma's for a little bit, and then when I came back, I went to her house. I knocked on the door. She wasn't there. She didn't answer.
Okay.
And then Wednesday, I gave her a call, and there was no answer either. She didn't answer her phone call on Wednesday.
Okay. After she wasn't there on Tuesday, did you try to call her or text her to see where she was
Tuesday?
at? When you went to her house and she wasn't there?
No.
No. Okay. And then Wednesday, you said you tried to call her.
Yeah, on Wednesday, I gave her a call.
So what was so talk about your relationship? Obviously it's rocky, right? You guys are kind of going through divorce.
Yeah, we're kind of going through a divorce.
Kind
Yeah.
of sucks. So what? If you don't mind me asking, like, what led up to that?
It's I guess kind of like trust issues, you know. It's like finances, you know. A lot of the finances went somewhere else when it should have went elsewhere, and you know, stuff like that.
When you say trust issues,
So like finances.
okay. What about like jealousy, trust issues? That's kind of like what I think of when you said that.
Well, she's always kind of said, oh, you're going out with somebody and stuff like that. That's not true.
Okay.
You know, because sometimes she would go by, or she would call me and she'd tell me, well, so and so saw you over here and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what, my truck, I wasn't even on that side of Silver while I was working over here, you know. And I just kind of like, I think she would just assume that and just, I don't know.
Okay.
That's part of it, but a lot of it was finances and you know, because she used to get money, like my money, my work money and stuff like that, and it would go, she would go take it to her mom's house or something like that.
A broken marriage, mutual accusations, and the sting of betrayal. Together, they painted a dark picture of a relationship that had long since turned toxic, despite over a decade of vows.
And I don't know what happened to that.
Okay. What about from your side? Were you ever worried that she was cheating on you or doing any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, she cheated.
She did? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's got to be pretty rough. Talking about it, like that obviously makes you upset.
Oh yeah,
Probably
well,
upset.
you know, sometimes when we argue or something, I bring that up. I say, well, you're always called men. You talk to men all the time, and you know, a lot of the times when we would fight, I'd end up going to my grandma's house. I'd stay there for about 7 days, and she had 7 days to talk to other men and do drugs with them while I was at work or something like that.
It sounds like she does that pretty frequently then to
Yeah,
you.
that was always a frequent thing.
So you guys get in arguments about that, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, like, you know, we'd kind of like bring up the past or something and be like, well, how is it going to work out if you're still hanging around with these kind of people? You know, I can't hang around with them and, you know, stuff like that. Or what are we going to do with the finances and stuff like that? They're going to be in mine, you know, stuff like that. But
how often would you say you guys have arguments?
probably like 3 times a week.
3 times a week. All right. How do those go? Are they? I mean, we all argue, right? We all have
it's
issues.
just,
It's
you know,
part of life.
It's just the argument.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. We never like hit each other or anything like that.
I mean, help us out. What do you?
What was that?
I said, help us out. What do you?
Well, like I said, she's on drugs, you know.
Yeah.
She's bipolar. She's diabetic, and you know, she kind of has like chest pains and like breathing problems.
Okay.
But the only thing I could really think of is maybe she's around partying with some people, you know.
Does she disappear often, and you don't hear from her, or is that?
That's it's been a few times. Like, you know, she'll be gone for like 3 days, or she won't call.
Okay.
When asked what pushed Erica over the edge, Armando deflected. But with each response, a disturbing truth crept in. Maybe Erica didn't walk away. Maybe someone made sure she never could.
And like I said, most of our relationships been like that, where we might get in an argument, and like I said, I go to my grandma's for about a week, 5 days or something like that, and then she shows up, and then we're trying to figure out, let's go back and work it out.
So she goes with you when you guys cut wood, then, right? How is she, like, physically? Is she able to help you out, or?
Well, she does like very little, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, she might give me a couple logs, and that's about it. But I do everything.
Okay. Did you guys have some? I'm trying to figure out what if she went on this drug run. I'm trying to think like, well, what triggered her to do that, right? So it seems like every time you guys get into an argument or something like that, she goes off on that side, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of it's just, I guess, because we're like in the divorce kind of stage. That's what's, I guess, frustrating her and gets her like frustrated, and just doesn't know what to really do, you know.
So what do you think set her off this time? Did you guys have an argument recently that would have made her upset?
Well, kind of like on Monday,
Okay.
we had like a conversation about us, whether are we gonna get a divorce, or and she was kind of telling me, oh, well, you should just go and finish the divorce and stuff like that.
That's what she told you?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you can share with us that would help us in locating her? I mean, you're right now as our best information source, you know, I mean, your husband.
Yeah.
I mean, Have you done anything on your own to go try and find her?
Well, I don't really like know her friends. You know what I mean? I don't know where they live. I don't know what they drive. Like I said, the only thing is what she has already told me.
And you've been married how long?
I've been married to her for 10 years.
10 years.
10 years, going on 11.
And so,
Like a lot of her life that she had and the people that she talked to, I never had their numbers. You know what I mean? I might have known maybe where they might live or something, but and that was just the ones that did go by. Everybody else that she did know, I didn't know where they lived or nothing like that. That one time she had a contact list of like 500 plus people. You know.
So what are you feeling? What do you think happened to her?
I'm kind of thinking that she's out partying, you know, she's out doing her thing like that, and that's what I feel.
Yeah, if somebody calls you, even telling you
cruises.
where she's at, or just call that number, let them know.
Yeah.
If you hear from her, if she texts you, or just let us know.
And like if I see like one of her friends, which I mean that's a very rare occasion.
Yeah.
And if well, like I said, I'll ask them to see if they know where she's at or if they have seen her.
Yeah, but just be careful because like you said, a lot of her friends are felons. I don't want you to go out and get yourself in trouble being around a felon. I don't want you to put yourself out there and possibly with your probation and stuff. So.
Armando thought he was walking free after that first interview. But when police found Erica's body in the woods, covered hastily in leaves and branches, his chances at freedom were buried with her.
So, it's up to you if you want to ask them questions, because if you're concerned about your wife, at the same time, I'm not telling you go, hang around felons trying to get information, because I don't want you to, somebody say, hey, I saw so-and-so hang around, so he's a felon, they're not supposed to be together, and then you get in, in trouble, because I don't want you to get in trouble, man,
Yeah.
So, alright.
Alright, sounds good. We'll walk you up front and then...
Yeah, I thought when I got your guys' phone call, I thought it was the morning alarm.
Oh.
And then I was like, I looked, and it was like going to be 12. I was like, oh, what the... Okay.
Alright. Just take a left and then there's a hallway. Same chair, same everything again. So, and we called your probation officer. He's good to go, so you don't have any issues with curfew.
So I don't have to call the emergency?
No,
line?
no.
Oh,
We told him that we asked you to come down, and so because we're doing that, he's okay with it. Okay. So first off, have you heard anything from Erica?
I haven't.
Okay. She hasn't tried to text you, call you.
No.
What about anybody in town? Have you run into anybody in town that says anything to you?
I haven't. And like I said, like with their friends, I don't have their phone numbers or
Right.
I ain't in contact with them or anything. I don't know where they live, so that's that makes it hard for me.
Yeah.
But like if I did recognize somebody, like
Yeah.
Back in the interrogation room, Armando no longer looked so calm. As timelines and locations unraveled, cracks formed in his story. Cracks wide enough to reveal a chilling truth beneath the surface.
No, I understand. I just have to ask, though. And then, what about Erica's, like your family? You mentioned last time they kept bugging you or asking you. Have you talked to them? Have they said anything?
yeah, the mom has came by a few times and
really?
have asked, and I don't remember exactly the days,
Yeah.
when,
Okay.
but she has came by and asked questions and stuff like that, and
Okay.
I told her, well, I don't know what's going on, where she could be at, and I told her, well, I figured with one of her friends, and I told her that she was wanting to go on a drug run, and she didn't really understand what I meant by that, because she's not fluid in English.
So, talk to me about your GPS. So, because it gets monitored by APO, right? Or
what's that?
your ankle,
I have an
probation,
ankle bracelet on.
Does it get monitored or no? Like, do they monitor it?
Like,
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know? So when you go wood cutting, do you have to call them like, "Hey, I'm going out of town to go get wood"? Like they're
No,
good with it.
because it's still in Grant County.
Oh, you
know
just
what I
can't leave Grant County.
Yeah, I can't leave Grant County. Like if I was to go to Deming, I would have to let them know and give them like write down
Okay.
the license plate and all that stuff and
Okay.
where I'm going.
So do you know
But
if
it's
they
all monitored.
do they know? Do they always keep track of your location? Do they do that? Do you
I
know?
would think so.
I would think so. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it lose service or anything out there? Do you think? Because
I
it's
don't
in the
know.
middle of nowhere. No?
I would have no idea when it comes to that.
Okay. Armando, I mean, you know, this is the second time that I met you. You seem like a good guy, man. You made mistakes in your life, and
Yeah.
obviously you're on probation. You did some prison time for it, but you don't seem like a bad guy. You know what I mean? Like we do these investigations all the time. We talk to other people who, you know, molestation charges and whatnot and all that kind of stuff, and you know, and we can generally tell, like, yeah, this person is just not a good person. You know what I mean? But you don't strike that to me, right? You don't.
Yeah.
So I don't know the circumstances on that first case or whatever, but you know, I mean, that's not for me to ask and whatnot. But you don't seem like you're that bad of a guy. Okay.
When confronted with GPS data, Armando began to stumble. The lies he thought were harmless were now being dismantled one by one. The truth was closing in, tight and unforgiving.
But I have to say, like, I'm a little disappointed because, I mean, some of what you're telling me, there's truth behind it, but there's a lot of stuff that just isn't adding up.
What do you mean?
Okay. Well, you know, let's take Sunday. So Sunday you said you came back and went to Grandma's at 2, right? Or 2-ish. I mean, you know, who knows what time it is. And then you told me that you left Grandma's and went to your house, right? Okay. Well, I'm telling you that's a lie.
Why?
So I have your ankle bracelet is on a GPS monitor.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, it's very exact. Okay. I mean, they monitor every so minutes your exact locations. Okay. And so part of me asking you to clarify your locations was to see if you were going to be truthful with me or not. Okay. Because I know a lot more information than what we're sharing with you. Okay. And part of that is, you know, if I ask you these questions and you're honest with me, great, you're an honest guy. Like, now I know what you're going to tell me is truth, right? But what you've told me, like, it's not the truth.
Well, like, I don't know the exact time. Like, I figure it was probably around 2 or 3 maybe.
You got back to your house at 3:05 is what it says. Okay, so this is pretty consistent with what you said. But then you said you stayed there all night. Okay, so at 3:25, it has you leaving your house.
At 3:05?
3:25. At 3:27, it put you at Erica's house. You told me you never went to Erica's house. So what's going on there?
On a Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I probably went to go take her to feed the dog.
Okay. That's understandable. Maybe it's
And like, I don't remember like every single detail
Sure.
of what we did that day or.
Okay. But you would remember. I mean, I guess that's easy to overlook because that's probably something common. If you got dogs, you go feed them, right? It's just instinct. You feed them in the morning, and you know, it's just, I get it. No big deal. All right, and then so here it says 3:37. You went to the Snappy Mart, right? And then 3:51. You went to your mom's. You went to Harbor Freight. You went to Walmart. See what I'm saying? How do you not remember that you don't go to these other places?
Well, like, I don't remember like all those details. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you would remember if you go to Walmart. Like the times and stuff, I get it. You know what I mean? Like that's. I have a hard time with times
Well,
too,
I
right?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't remember like every single hour
Sure.
where I go and what I do.
Which is fine, but you would remember the fact that you went to a store, right? So going home and staying home all night, or yeah, I think I went to Walmart, I just don't know what time, or I think I went here. Like you would think a person would remember that. right? So that's what I'm saying. Okay. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay. So let's just start over. Okay. So I'm being honest with you. Like, I'm not withholding any information. I'm not trying to be deceitful or hide anything from you. Okay. But I'm telling you straight up, like, I know more information.
Like, I don't remember every single
Sure.
hour of the day what I'm doing, you know, like,
Okay.
I don't, you know.